Hi guys, hope you guys are well. I'm going to do another little video today. Today it's about the law of attraction and shadow work. I think that these are two very, very important concepts to understand that actually work together really, really well. So we know that within the law of attraction that we have a vibration, and that is what we are attracting in. We are not attracting in what our higher rational mind says that I would like. I would like to be a millionaire. But this does not happen because our internal vibrational being is saying that you make $30,000 a year. You make $100,000 a year. That's your limit. And everything that comes in goes out. There's no savings. And you're like, I keep working. I'm not afraid to work. I'll work, but why can't I get a higher level of income coming in? So law of attraction does not give you what you want. It gives you what you vibrate at. And it can do this in different ways, right? Sometimes it is a direct look. It's always going to reflect the inner vibration. So today what I want to talk about is working with it through working the shadow. And shadow work is that when you have an experience that is basically telling you that life is not good and wonderful and blissful. Anything that could come up, right? Anger, resentment, jealousy. This could be a feeling. This could be a belief that I wish I didn't live. I wish that I wasn't here. I wish I could just go hide in my bed all day. These are the types of beliefs and feelings that are indicating to you what your vibrational set point is. For example, you want the $1 million and you keep working, and the harder you work, the money doesn't increase, or it doesn't increase proportionally to what you believe your work output is. And so there's frustration. So frustration now becomes this vibrational set point. So you're focused on the frustration. You might not even be aware, right? This is like a subconscious program that you're not even identifying. And so shadow work has to do with bringing that which is unconscious into the conscious. And so you can experience the frustration on a regular pattern, and you don't like the feeling of the frustration. So we have different ways that we deal with that. Right? I'm going to go take a drink, or I'm going to go to bed, or I'm going to go distract myself. I'm going to put on Netflix. But the feeling of frustration is your guiding point to what you need to heal. So you can vibrate at a higher level, which will bring you in what you want. So this is where it gets really confusing. It takes a while to figure all of this out, because we believe that if I want to radiate and vibrate prosperity and happiness and love because that's what I want, then I shouldn't be frustrated. But that's not how it works. You have to get from this level to this level. And how do you do that? You clear your shadows. You clear your shadows. Now, if this approach doesn't resonate with you, I get it. I'm sure there are other ways. This is the way that I teach. I have seen it have profound effects, and I didn't make it up, right? Like, gotta feel it to heal it. You've got to transmute those aspects that are not love, right? That are not abundance, because we come into this world with abundance. You can watch a child and see that they live in abundance
thinking. Mom, look at all the toys on the shelves at Target. Why don't you just get them all for me? It's just like so easy. It's open and flowing and abundant. That's how we're born. Of course, through the course of the life, we set up a journey for ourselves to usually restrict it, clamp it down, so then we can come back to our original state of abundance, prosperity, happiness, and bliss. So I'll just share a little experience that I had today, which might help you. Now we're working at many levels now. One of the levels I'm working on is noticing when I have the frustration, but then to not judge myself for it. I've been working on this for quite a while. It's still in play. It is still there. There is a really, really deep belief that when I get upset, I'm bad or I'm wrong. It's not appropriate, right? These are the conditions that our society puts on us as little kids when we get upset. Oh, we're not supposed to get upset. What's wrong with you? You know, or hitting the child even for getting upset. So we're constantly invalidated in our emotional states, which our emotional state is representing how we truly are, our authentic core at the moment. So this takes time to work out. So, for example, I had to take a friend somewhere today, right before I had a client. And I like my routines, and I like to have a certain way that I prep for that client, and before they get there, the time that I need, and the food I like to take in. I'm very ritualistic. I'm very planned and organized a lot of times. I try to be my best self. However, these things are adaptive in nature because in them it also says for me to accomplish these things, I need to be alone, right? So then you have the vibration of aloneness coming in. You have the vibration of I need things to be my way, to be okay coming in, and it needs to be the structure. And for the structure to happen, I'm okay, but then I need to be alone. Because other people, you just bother me and you're annoying me and I can't do what I need to do. And now I have to do an errand right before my client comes, which compromises my state of being. But it's you that did it, that are actually here with me, and you're helping me, but you're annoying me because you're here, because you're interrupting my plan. And my plan equals my safety that I've created for myself. So this gets very convoluted, right? You don't have to tackle it all at once. So what happened was I got really, really, really frustrated. Now, I usually do my best to not let my friends see that level of frustration, because I know that for me, it's very fleeting. I know I'm doing my work. I know that while I'm having the frustration, I am actively bringing mindfulness to it, knowing that this is a deep aspect of my shadow that I want to integrate, and that there is fear associated with it. There's insecurity, fear of the unknown, fear of embarrassment, like many things. But then I'm exposed. Now this person has seen me not at my best. So now I feel guilt after. Once I start to feel better, I feel guilt. So in feeling the guilt, I am invalidating my experience, which mostly is happening to children at the beginning of their life when they're having their self not seen and heard, their feelings and emotional state not seen and heard and validated, right? So now I continue to do that to myself. And this is how we can perpetuate things that continue to keep us in the same patterns. So if I were to just sit there and feel this extreme anxiety inside of me, I felt like I was literally going to explode, because I was pushing the limit on being back on time for my client. Literally within a 5-minute window, I was about to explode. And in my mind, I'm like, I didn't get to eat the food I wanted. I still need to make sure the house is perfect the way I like it. And I'm in my body, the cellular level, right? Now, for the law of attraction, we could say, well, if this is what you're vibrating, then this is going to continue to happen.
Yes. The difference is that I'm doing the shadow work with it. I'm recognizing that this cellular level activation is coming up. This is a piece of my shadow, right? The shadow being the insecurity, the fear, other people are annoying me. I'm better if I'm on my own, and other people can just be away from me, and I need to have everything in a certain order. Now, again, you can say, well, those things work for me, but they work for me out of the vibration of lack. Not so much lack in the aspect of prosperity and abundance, but in fear and in compensation instead of allowing and flowing. So there's multiple layers going on here. So my friend kind of knows me a little bit, doesn't really understand my process, and I'm trying to hold it in. I cannot, because I have a huge need for vocal release. Once I do that, it calms me. I know this about myself. So as I'm spazzing out driving, I am also trying to reassure my friend that this is okay, because I know that this is a healing process. I'm working on this really deep shadow that needs to come out. It's been dammed up inside of me for so long, and I have been working on it. Actually, this Pisces new moon, I have been working on it for days, but it hasn't hit the cellular level like it did. So inside I'm thinking, this is great stuff. This is exactly what I need. Well, this person's over here like, I completely doesn't understand. So you're going to have a lot of people who don't understand. Again, I try to do this on my own. But then what it additionally brought up was then embarrassment, right? Or afterwards feeling like I stressed that person out, or I wasn't perfect, so now I'm not safe with that person because I was exposed. So then afterward, when I feel this huge need to text and apologize and make everything right, I want to be over responsible for how they handled the situation or received the situation so I can be safe. And so this leads to another example of me. It's really not about them. Like, I want them to be okay so I can be okay, right? These are all shadow aspects. Protection, 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 protection. Well, this gets really complicated, which is why I love this example and I wanted to share with you guys. So my only work is to bring awareness and mindfulness to what's going on, and that when these emotions come up, do my best to not judge them and allow them to come up. And for a long time, I did judge them. I've been working on the non-judgment for a long time. Then I bring awareness that I am judging them, right? That's the next level. Eventually, I will get to having compassion for myself. I haven't gotten to that place yet. That's part of the work, because that's truly what we would want to give ourselves as little children. I can give it to my son, right? I cannot give it to myself. I've used these techniques for my son in like validating him, right? Which I never got, which is wonderful. Not quite sure what his journey is going to be, but this is, the law of attraction is going to show you your point of attraction through your shadows. The shadows are the things we don't want to look at, the things that we push down and try to push away because they don't feel good or they're embarrassing, anything like that. Right? The shadow work doesn't feel good. It's not fun. It's all of the things that we have tried to avoid our entire life. And I think there's an idea that the law of attraction is, well, if I think positive things, I'll get positive things. Yes and no. Like, ultimately, that's where you're going. But once you can think positive things, you will get the positive things. But how do you get there? Because if you think you're going to use this brain over here that's like hates yourself and is ashamed, and just all of a sudden just turn that off and all of a sudden think loving things, and it's just going to be win over that, It's going to be a long journey, right? Our trauma is at the cellular level. Most of it has been happening before we were verbal, because we picked up the energy in the air of our environment, including the womb. And that's not even acknowledging astrology, and that we came in with a very specific blueprint. I call it the software. This is the hardware. My astrology is the software, which is the program that would play out for me to then heal, that I chose, right? So there's many conditioned layers, programmed layers of the shadow. And the shadow, again, are the things that since we've been young, we've been conditioned to push away. And we're afraid to bring them up, because if I expose that, if I feel that, if I acknowledge that, then that's not the thought is that's not promoting the law of attraction. But truthfully, and again, there's multiple ways to do this, but what I understand and what I have practiced is that what shows up, right? Judgment is showing up. That's a piece of my shadow that is vibrating, that's bringing me experiences to continue to have more judgment. So if I clear this wound, if I clear the vibration by allowing this emotion that's been stuffed down to flow through me, and I surrender for a higher power that I don't know where this judgment came from, doesn't matter. Maybe I do, it doesn't matter. Rational mind can't fix it, because I already know that it's silly and ridiculous. That's judgment, right? Oh, there it is. I'm doing it. So I acknowledge that I'm continuing to do it, acknowledging that the judgment is in me, surrender. And there you go. And that's how you connect the law of attraction with shadow work, and how powerful shadow work can be on cleaning up your vibration. Mindfulness is powerful. This has to do with subconscious versus conscious. Subconscious is autopilot, and it's just running. It's like thinking about driving a car when you're 30 years old. You don't even think about it. It's on autopilot. And then when you bring it out of autopilot with mindfulness, now there's consciousness attached to that program, and we start to change it. And usually with the intention of surrendering is the intention to heal it. So you can choose your own words if you like. If you don't like the surrendering, you can choose, I acknowledge that I'm experiencing this. My intention is to heal it. So I'm surrendering it to the higher version of me. It can be anything. And that's the way I work that. And so shadow work is extremely important, and maybe I'll come back with another example. I usually have lots of them. I've been riddled with tons and tons and tons of shadows, just for the enjoyment of learning. Oh, it's been fun though. All right, thanks everyone. Have a good day. Bye.